Hey, wait, I said Leroy Jenkins. You know what? I actually have a sound for that. So let me do it. If I can get to my... Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Let's see. Play on streams. This is my feeling statement. There we go. How are you people? I'm really happy to be here. I hope you're all happy to be here. Rod, I'm so happy you're back. I've missed you, although I'm sad you're going to be lurking because I love your snark. I have to, as I said, I'm still figuring out things on bits. I might have to actually, I realize I might have to raise my bits up, maybe because people like to spend them in increments of 100. There, by the way, Pete, see? I did hydrate for you. I held off on that till actually it was on stream so you could actually see that I did it. So as you all know, and I know Tharivol is in chat, I'm excited because now he can watch me paint the mini we all picked for his challenge. And Mr. Tharivol, as I've mentioned this on the stream, but I'm thinking about doing a winter version.
Refill those clips and let's get back out there.
By the way, it's warm here, so hydration is not a bad thing, actually. It is really warm in my basement. I can't wait till I move upstairs to the room with the air conditioning. It's a work in progress right now. Actually, I've started to buy things for the room. So I got a desk, I got a computer desk, I got a snazzy gamer chair that actually has, it's purple, because of course it is. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I actually putting like a futon in there too, so it's going to be part guest room as well. But yeah, I am really excited to get out of space. The biggest reason why I'm excited to get out of space, other than the fact that the AC will be nice, and that room actually during the winter is probably one of the warmest ones in the house for some reason. So there's that too. But I'll also, I'm trying to think. But it's also the fact that because we game right here, I have to break down this entire setup. It doesn't take too long, but pretty much whenever we game, I have to break everything down and then reset it back up. And it tends to screw with my face camera for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but it does. I have to go back in there and change the gain. So I want to say, by the way, say hi to everybody. If it started getting enough of you that I was getting backed up on saying hi. So let's see, of course, Pete the Hydrator, which I think that is one of the best name changes ever. That is so appropriate. So hi, Pete the Hydrator. Hi, Mini Mommy. Hi, Rod. It's so good to have you around. I said you were lurking, so I'll miss your snark. That's one of the things I really enjoy when you were on Mortar's stream the other day. Of course, Tharivol, hello. It said we're painting your mini. Mini Mommy. Of course, Kevin, or Crimson and Bunny. I always love having you two around. And, of course, the Bald GM, who unfortunately is not streaming after this. So I'm going to have to probably go find someone to raid. And it won't be one of the people I follow. But it will be a mini painter. So I guess I should get to this. And, of course, my links are open. If anybody has anything they want to share, feel free to post. I said I'm on the we can't have nice things policy. So until we can't have nice things, we can. So I've left links open. I've left, let's see what else. What else am I going to announce? If people want to subscribe, that's great. And there will be a reward to one of my subscribers when I hit 50. But I do got to hit 50 because I am a commissioned mini painter. I'm debating whether it'll be a mini that I paint or it'll be a commission too. I could do a commission for somebody when I hit 50. I'm trying to think of anything. I think that's it for now. I think I'll just get to painting. How about that? So I am really happy with this guy. I did want to do some painting off stream, but I don't freaking have time for that these days. But I was trying to think of things I want to do today. I do have to do more. Like, I really am happy with the way this moss is coming out with the yellow highlights and on it. I think it's a nice look. But today I might switch away from that and go to like some of the things like what I think are flowers. Thank you, Tharivol, the guy who runs the challenge. That's nice to hear, by the way. I'm almost afraid I'm not going to get it done in July. I may have to take some of it off stream to do just to get it finished. But as I said, I think there are flowers here, and I thought there was a third one somewhere. If there is, I'll find it. Of course, there's all these mushrooms. I think like even like these are mushrooms. There's like some cluster. There's like, oh, here's the third one. So there's a flower here. There's one here, I think. Because I think that's a, yeah, it said, this is the hard thing about this. It's like, what is what? I think that might be a flower. Because it looks like I see petals coming from it. And then there's the one kind of on the back. Oh, there's one. Yeah, one. All right, whatever. What do I want to do first? So I could throw it out to chat. Oh, it said it's all these cool mushrooms and things. What do I want to do? Let's see. I know I kind of want to go back and paint the moss, but I'm going to wait because that's painting too much the same thing is boring. I don't want to bore you guys. All right, so I think I'm going to do flowers. So let's see. Crimson's doing more recess shading on intercessors. Yeah, people want to tell me what you're up to. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be mini projects either. I'm into anything geek or nerdy or whatever. Games. Tell me about your games. Tell me about your characters. I love to hear it all. Feel free, of course, I've got all the sound effects. So there's a soundboard panel on here. Some of the sound effects are free, so feel free to use them. Some of them are channel bits, and there's some for bits and some for subscribers only. At some point, I will still actually, let's see, oh yeah, at some point I will get emotes done. It's just been, work has been just, unfortunately my supervisor was out this week, so it meant I had to do all the work. I'm going to paint a crab, by the way, and have it go cross-stream for this. I also have the Kraken. I have the Kraken one where I actually have the Kraken mini that I can put across screen. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go do a little hunting. It's told you for pictures. Google Images is a godsend for me. Google Images. I'm looking for like ideas for flowers. Sometimes I do really like to look at ideas. Tropical flowers. So let's see. How about if I can put this on screen? So let me do so. It looks so trippy when I do that. All right, go into that. So these are kind of spiky flowers. They got long petals. They're sort of triangular, kind of like that, but bigger. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not a tropical flower, but I'd like to do them as a tropical flower. Huh? That thing, yellow thing right there, kind of reminds me of the. Kind of reminds me of these guys right there. I'm going to screw up my camera doing that. Ooh. Those orchids are kind of pretty. All I really need is a color scheme that goes with what I got here. Those orchids are interesting. And they would match. I'm looking for something maybe they might be a little bit too similar. I do see pink is a very common color here. Yellow, orange. It's hard because I got the yellow and orange ferns. Let's see, does pink? I could do them red. I could do them red with, And I'm debating when I want to go pink like a magenta or I want to go red. I'm thinking red might fit better in with the color scheme. Let's see. Okay, so let me bury this back and shut that off. Let's see. What do you say, Pete? Everyone need to try building a living base. What do you mean? Yeah, just do pink. Maybe I will do some pink. Maybe I'll make them multicolored. Although they are the same flower type. Actually, I might do pink and such on the mushrooms. So, what was that? Everyone need to try to build a living base. What do you mean by that? Oh, Pete wanted me to do mushies. Oh, I'm going to do the flowers first. I may do mushies later, actually. I've got so many paints sitting out on my table right now. I'll tell you what, though. I will try to find a red that sort of tends towards, that orangey side of things. I want to go bright. It's Mauricio red, or there's, let's see. Where's my Sandy Scout? I think I know where my Sandy Scout is. I think it's in my bag here. Or it was. I used it. What the heck did I use it? No, it's not in here. Where happened to my Sandy Scarlet? Well, if I don't find it, I'll just pick something else. But for some reason, but it should be. I'm trying to remember. I think I just used it too, and I don't know where it went. I do have, as I said, I do have a million paints on this thing. All right, let me see. Where did you go, Sandy Scarlet? Unless it is in here somewhere, but I don't think so. I could try Mauricio red, but that's not quite. I can add a little pink into it too. Mixing colors is a thing, folks. You can do it, especially if I wouldn't recommend it on an army. Let's see, maybe I got something in here. Or maybe it ended up in here. I don't think it ended up in here. That's almost the same. I know what I want to do. I just can't find the color to do it with. No, I don't want to make them rose gold. That's not a bad color, but that's not really what I want to do. Let me try and see if it got stuck somewhere else. Don't look like it. Alright, so I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of pink in with my red to try to shift it just a hint that direction. Actually, no, I lied. I'm going to add a little orange with the red to shift it that direction. That's what I'm going to do. That's a plan. I do have oranges. So I'm going to take a Mauricio red and add a little bit of this Cavalier orange. And they're both from the Pathfinder line because that's where I have most of my paints from. Oh, yeah, no. I'm not doing that. I don't have to take care of them after. And it'd be really cool actually if I could build like a whole terrarium around it, but it would actually look really good in a terrarium. So I'm going to take and mix this color. If I can find room on my paint palette to mix this color. It wouldn't be a session if I don't drop a brush. Oh, well, okay, that makes sense. Well, it is. It's sort of like, yeah, it would be like actually making a terrarium to put your mini in. That would be cool. So it said I'm taking my red and adding some orange to it just to shift it a little bit in that direction. The red's pretty powerful, so it'll just kind of overtake the orange color. It'll still be red. They're really good. I like them. I really like the Pathfinder paints. Those were the spoils of ReaperCon, last year's ReaperCon. Because I got enough in the doing the showcases and the Quad Color Challenge. I got enough prize money that I could afford it. So otherwise they're like, it's like $200 for the whole set. Plus whatever. Although if you order in the U.S., they have free shipping on orders over over $40, not 200. That's a great way to get you to order over $40 in paint or minis. So this is likely going to take a couple coats to cover because I've got everything, you know, primed in black. So how are people doing today? I know there's a bunch of you on. How is everybody doing? Is it anybody doing anything good this Saturday? And how's the weather? Is it hot where you're at? Or is it cold where you're at? There's winter in some places in the world. It's hot here. Is it raining? And you're stuck inside? Because you're stuck inside, this is a great activity to do when you're stuck inside. Of course, unless you're Kevin and Bunny, you can feel free to ask me questions about what I'm doing or mini painting in general. I don't remember what else is going on. Tomorrow, for those of you who live near Methuen, Mass, aka Crimson, or anybody who might be lurking or watching this later, I'm going to be running my monthly paint date at the Queen's Gambit. I'm so excited. I just wish more of you lived closer to me. Let's see. Crimson said, I don't know, I'm in my air-conditioned box. Yeah, I mean, if I go upstairs, I can be in my air-conditioned box. If I go to my bedroom, or I go to the room that we're going to be we're working on. And then Pete, the hydrator, says it's scorching. I want to move to the North Pole. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. The Vol GM is warm and will get hotter the next few days. So my painting will get more and more moist. Yes, a channel point. All right, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because, you know, I want people to use the sound effects. Go away. Go away, thing. It's been more than 15 seconds.
Moist.
There you go, people. Oh, the big exciting news is coming soon, TM. Probably very soon. Myself and Michael Mortar and the Bald GM there will all be streaming on Saturdays back to back to back. So I have deemed it. Michelle actually deemed it, but I'm going to add to it. It is the Goblin. I'm going to say it's the Moist Goblin Threesome. To make it as wrong as possible. We are going to be streaming back to back to back. I'll be on. I will actually have to lengthen my stream by a half hour to pull this off, and that's fine because I want to go into Michael Mortar's. His will be at 3 o'clock, right after me. And then he'll be on for an hour, and then the Bald GM will be on right after that. I need to order a damn tank top. So one of the other things about the Goblin Army is we want to have the tank top brigade. So there is a shop. Michael Mortar has a shop where you can buy a Goblin King merch. Not the Labyrinth Goblin King, but his Goblin King. He He's more awesome than the Labyrinth version, in my view. Getting a little more paint on here because it's red. It doesn't cover. I could have put white on it, but I like a little bit with the I like the color it's ending up without being white. White will actually change the way it looks. Especially since it's somewhat transparent. But yes, we're the tank top brigade, so I've got to get a Goblin King tank top to go with the others. It's just a picture of, it's the artwork that Michelle did of the Goblin King. And it's just like the head. And no, not Michael Motor, it's actually a goblin. And I'll get mine in black, because I love black. Black is slimming, right? This is the tricky flower. I see petals, but they're hard to see. Maybe it wasn't a flower. Maybe that actually... Well, it's funny, because it looks like this stuff here looks like the same as that stuff there. Now I look at it, oh, I'm not so sure. Maybe it's just leaves. This thing is so difficult. Tharivol, why did we pick this? Oh no, it's a Kyle! Hi, Chazes! I see you made it. I know Michelle usually is busy today, so... You can tell her I was talking about her in all sorts of glowing terms. And there's a Kyle, my murder hobo GM, has made an appearance. Where is the other one? There's another flower in here. Oh, thank you, Vol GM. So if you want a tank top and be part of the Goblin, what did I say? The Goblin Army Tank Brigade, Tank Top Brigade. There you go. Ball Jim just posted the link. I'm trying to, oh my god, this is, damn it. I'm like painting things the wrong stuff. That's not, those are leaves. Where the heck is the other, oh, the other flower is right above it. Those are just leaves. All right, you can paint over anything, folks, so, you know, I'm not too worried about it. I do this all the time. I'll, like, start painting something out. Nah, I'm going to change that color. And I don't restrip it. Can you imagine me stripping down the mini at this point? That would make me cry. I keep you so let's see. Kyle says, oh yes, I saw that. Thank you. Thank you, Pete the Hydrator. Right now I'm warm enough. I will actually take the hydrates, all of the hydrates. So Kyle said I could be playing your demise on cred, but I thought I harassed you here instead. Well, you know, it probably doesn't take you that long to plot my demise on cred. So I can't wait. I'm actually really excited about the next episode of Cred, which is this Thursday at 8 o'clock on mhobo Inc. on Twitch. And the reason why I'm excited is finally something, I'm guessing due to her past, has cropped up because the bartender knew her name before she told it to him. That's not sketchy at all, right, people? I think there's a petal that goes here underneath that mushroom. That's not sketch at all. Especially when the GM, after I kind of let it pass, the GM, Mr. Kyle, brought it up and said, by the way, he did use your name before you actually told it to him. So, I think maybe her past is catching up to her or something. or something. Maybe they just know her. I mean, we've been on the island for 24 hours. People could know who they are. Especially Bran. I mean, everybody seems to know who he is because now he's the doctor. Bran, oh, don't forget, Bran may not make it on Thursday. So at least we have a way to deal with Bran not making it on Thursday night. Because he'll actually be helping his dad move up here. So he's got to go to Florida. Rough. Alright, cover up, you silly thing. Alright, it says 2 flowers. I'm going to look and see if there's any others that I really deem are flowers. Although, I still feel like this thing should be a flower. But the leaves don't... I know, chat. What do people think? Is this a flower or is this leaves? Especially, I wish, well, Tharivol's here. I don't know how much you've been looking at it. I wish Gareth was here because he's the one I've been actually, asking the most about. Because he's painting it too. I mean, I guess I'm the artist. I can do whatever I want. I can do what I want. It's just that whether or not it makes sense to do that. And I'm also letting that dry. Let's see. Not only do you keep crashing, Pete, apparently there's something going on with your keyboard. Because you keep typing in weird stuff. I'm just debating this. What do I want to do with it? I gotta hit this twice too. Tree, what? Yeah, it's a tree. It's a tree. It's a living tree. I'm thinking those are now leaves. I'm looking for your battery. Oh no. No, that's no good. I feel like there should be a third flower. A lot of times when there's a rule of 3 and like putting stuff up for design. But I don't see a third one. The only thing... I mean, maybe it's both. Maybe I could do this part as petals and that's just a leaf sitting on top of it. I don't know if that makes sense, though. You know what? I'm going to try. If it doesn't make sense, I'm going to paint everything. I'm going to just paint them out as leaves. The other thing I suppose I could do is go on the internet and on, I said, my favorite Google Images and do as another tab and leave my flower ideas up. I think that's a leaf. And see how people painted it. Well, if you don't charge, then you're going to lose me, and this is the one time you can make it, Pete the Hydrator. Everyone else is being quiet. I know everyone else is working on minis, which actually makes me really happy. Somebody's calling. Well, they can leave a message. I'm streaming. If it's even somebody, we could play the. Do you think it's actually a real person or a spam caller game? Because a lot of times it's spam callers. Hell, in reality, I wouldn't even be here. There's a family party that I'm not blowing it off. I'm going to attend late that my husband's already gone to. But I wanted to stream first. Food time, lurky time, that's fine. I'm happy with the lurks. It said, I'm actually really happy with the lurks if I know you're hobbying. And I think there's a number of people who are hobbying and painting along, so that does bring me great joy. So, alright, so I am going to paint those because I really do feel I feel strongly I want a third flower. Okay. So that's good. Now I got to figure out, I know I'm going to have to highlight, maybe I'll highlight them first. I want to do, in honor of probably Pete the Hydrator, is I probably want to, maybe I'll make it an orangey pink that I start highlighting these with. Crimson says, one more intercessor shade, then I get to use the base texture paint. Ooh, fun stuff. Oh, by the way, I do have to say, I did try that AK terrain stuff for the sand. Oh my god, it's amazing. I had no idea it was that good until I applied it. I looked, I'm like, it looks like sand. AK-40. It's not AK-47. AK is the name of the company, but it's not AK-47. Oh, I know what I should do. I should just add, you know what? If I want to get pink, and I've already got rid of my table on my painting palette, it's really just simple as adding some white. Hey, my non-king? I don't know I don't know that name, but hello! I do probably know you since that, but I don't know your tag. I love lurkers. I am a lurker, actually. Normally I listen to a lot of streams at work, and I end up having to lurk. No, stalking is something else altogether. What happened to my mixing brush? Did it fall again? Nope. It's gonna be one of those days. Oh, of course. I always store my mixing brush where you're not supposed to, but I don't care. It's a mixing brush. I store my mixing brush in my paint water, but I said I don't care because it's a mixing brush. So basically I'm adding white and a little bit more orange to that mixture for some highlighting colors. Your biggest Murder Hobo fan? I don't know who the biggest Murder Hobo... Wait, is that Rob? No, Rob is... I thought Rob was our biggest, but he's a Murder Hobo himself, so I don't know if that counts. But I appreciate that. You know, actually, I really appreciate when people watch the streams that, any streams, actually. Any D&D actual play gaming streams. Oh, it's you! Hi, Dawn! It's so nice to see you on... Oh, it is really nice to see you on here. You are... That's true. You probably are the biggest... You are the biggest fan that we have. Because you're not... I'm hoping someday maybe you'll get some good internet. Maybe someday, and you'll be able to actually come play with us. But that's up to you. I'd love to even get together for a private game. That's not online because I get it. At some point, I will actually post your fan art of Taryn. But basically, I love. I said about 20 years ago, I was in a game. I was in a campaign where it was a lot of really good action in this campaign, and it was exciting to be a player. But I kept thinking, this is a really good story, and it's very exciting. I go, it's kind of too bad we don't have an audience for this. Well, 20 years ago, there was no Twitch, there was no YouTube. Or maybe longer than that. It would have been, oh lordy, when was it? Probably the mid 90s is when I'm talking, to give people a time frame. I got married 24 years ago. Right after that, a couple of years after that, we started playing with some of the people we still play with today too, actually, or one of the people from that group we still play with today. But back then, I actually thought there might be an audience for this sort of thing, and it didn't just occur to me not too long ago that, wow, it actually happened. Yeah, 100 years ago. Yeah, I probably am. Yeah, I am that old, right? The truth is, no. I'm about half that. I'm half that age, so it wouldn't have been 100 years ago. I get a big kick out of the fact that me and the Goblin King are the same. Actually, I'm older than the Goblin King by a couple months. It's nice to see. We're all going to be playing. There's going to be a time coming sooner rather than later. We're all going to be playing this stuff in nursing homes. There'll be a D&D night. You watch. I think I like that. Jury's still out on that middle one. Gee, thanks, Kevin. I also do say I give all credit to my parents for the way the age I look. I can't really tell you what would happen with my dad. He was only 65 when he passed away years ago. But my mom, who is, oh my God, she's like 79. She was born in the Answer to Life, the Universe, and Everything in 1942. And so yeah, she is, holy crap. I mean, but I wouldn't think it. To look at her, she does not look like she's 79. It's amazing. She, yeah, I know. We need an RPG Well, see, Dawn, what I want to do is I want to hit one of those mega jackpots, and I want to buy a mansion and have a bunch of us gamers live there. I think one of my other friends, John Sussenberger, came up with this idea originally, but I really want to do it too. And all we do is we have jobs, sure, we have chores. And we just do nothing but play games and paint minis all day. I think that's a great idea. I want to do it. But I have to win one of those mega jackpots. We could have the gamer compound. Yeah, I think that works as a flower. I'm just going to make sure I paint the centers. I'm going to probably change that to a leaf, but the rest of it I'm going to leave as... Also, leaves can be interesting colors, so the RPG commune. Exactly. I was saying, by the way, I always digress on this because I catch your chat and I want to respond to your chat right away before... I'm also being 50. I'm starting to get old and senile. So, so I like to make sure I respond to you guys before before oh, poor Pete. Before I forget what the hell you guys say. Even if it's like on there, I'll do it. But what I was gonna say was I do have your awesome fan art of Taryn. At some point I'm gonna put it up on my Twitter. I've just been that busy. I've just been ridiculously busy. So Pete, this may not be traditional pink, but it is like salmony pink, and that's it. I think I did all right with the color of the flowers. I'm gonna. Why am I getting sad tromboned here? Did I do something to deserve a sad trombone? I want to go one step lighter too, and do some highlights on these flowers. I am happy to see it being used. I said I'm happy when people use the sound effects. I spent the time to put them all on there. It's like I'm happy when people, if you're a subscriber, I have the little beer mug badges. I said my biggest failing right so far has been trying to get emotes made. I just can't do it because I got too much at work, and I make it on my work computer. So I'm an efficient enough worker that usually I can have spare time. I can get everything done, and have like nothing to do. It's funny, the majority of work that happens in my place is repeats. That's where we make our money. Because I don't have to design anything. We just basically have to get the material and print it. And print it, cut it, laminate it, whatever it needs to be done. We make less money off new jobs, but we obviously need them to get repeats. So, needless to say, before in the middle times, because we had the before times, I'll always dance to that by the way. I would have time off. Plus, there was another designer there too. But then he screwed up and got caught doing something he shouldn't have been doing, like what I'm basically saying. Although he had a business, he had a freelance business, and he was doing his work there. He still works there though, but they just moved him out on the floor where he could, because he actually works. I mean, that's the thing that was annoying. He was doing it when he had nothing else to do. I think as long as you get your work done, I don't think it should be a big deal if you've got nothing else to do. That's just my 2 cents. I could certainly rant a lot about work, but I don't think anybody wants to hear that. I do like, and I said, ultimately, I like my job. I love the fact that I get to sit there and design stuff all day long on a computer. That is fun for me. But right now it's just been a bit much, and I do want to get some I want a moist emote. I'm at the point I probably need one so that people can play when I drop a brush, because I always seem to drop a brush at least once a session. Okay. I feel like they still need a little more highlighting. If you notice, as I layer up, I'm actually getting smaller and smaller and smaller in the areas I paint. I was thinking of doing a brush liquor one. I just have to figure out what. Maybe do a weasel tail or something. I do taste the weasel. I do like a weasel tail because I do use sable brushes. From what I heard, don't cry too much over the fact that they're being sacrificed to the painting god, so to speak. Because apparently these weasels are totally nasty. First of all, there's a lot of them. I think they kind of reproduce like bunnies. And secondly, they will just kill for funsies. The only thing they really have going for them is they're kind of cute. I'll look at that in a sec, Pete. I see it. I see it. And then make sure it's worth redeeming those channel points. I just want to finish that little bit. There's the petals of my flower. Now I have to do the hard part and figure out what I'm going to paint in the middle of it. Because I'm not even sure what I'm painting in the middle of it. I'm not even sure. I had no plan for this. Which is probably not the best way to go into these, is to not have a plan. I had sort of a plan for parts of it, but like for the flowers and things, I didn't have any plan at all. I was like, I'll figure out once I get there. Your stream is foobar because you don't see... What, you can't see me? Thanks, Tharivol. And by the way, it is really good. I'm so happy you actually finally got a chance to visit. You finally got a chance to visit the tavern. I do call it the Painted Here Tavern Show, where we wash our brushes in beer, because who hasn't? Well, that actually probably not me, because actually I don't drink beer. No, oh, well, alright. Well, so that is a very good reason to play the sad trombone. I did drink, though. I did take a drink for you, so... are you not seeing your point? Are you... Wait, Pete, are you just not seeing them pop up in chat? Because they are popping up in chat. I do too. I wish you would hang out with me more often, Tharivol. I enjoy your company. I enjoy everybody's company, though. As long as you're not a dick. Well, you can be a dick, but you can be a dick like I'm a snarky dick. So, you can be like that. But you can't be mean. Please don't be mean. I wouldn't end up drowning. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you. That's why I put limits on the hydrate thing, because I don't want to end up drowning. Although today is warm enough in here that I probably wouldn't. But you know, the water's just friggin' just coming right out, I think, because it's so warm. I like it, but I think I want to bring it back a little bit. And then blend it a little bit, because it's a little bit stark. So this is not really wet on wet. This is me taking some of the paint and then I'm adding a little water to it to spread it out. So it's sort of like glazing. That's sort of why. That's why I'm glad
Grab
Rod.
some water, refill those clips, and let's get back out there.
That's why I'm glad, you know, Rod is around, but I'm sad because he's really snarky. He was hilarious the other day. I mean, we tend to get when we start when we the members of the Goblin Army get started on Michael Mortar's chat. It's just it just kind of escalates from there. And we are a bad bunch. We are a bunch of naughty
Grab some water,
goblins.
refill those clips, and let's get back out there.
I will in a sec. I'm gonna paint a little. I want to do some highlighting first, and then I will grab another drink. I told you I'll absolutely do it, especially today. I will gladly drink if you pay me to drink. Although I said I'm thinking of bumping up to 50 cents, not 20 cents. I realize that bits are a penny a piece. I'm like, well, I may need to bump them up. I want people to cheer with them too, so. I like this song. I don't know where it is. I don't know who does it. But I'm assuming it's something that I won't get a, takedown notice for. I'm really sad. I wanted, some of the other sound effects. 500 bits, $7. You know what it is? Oh. I wonder. Now, I've heard that Twitch doesn't collect anything off of bits, but now I'm wondering. Okay, so you don't have to buy it. It's a freebie thing. It's called. Hang on. Actually, it says it. It's called Sound Alerts. It should be under your under the extensions menu. You basically you have to. There's instructions when you actually go to SoundBit Alerts on how to put it in, but you have to put it in both. You have to put it in OBS as one of your sources, and you also have to put it as an extension on your panels. That way, people can. And I would do it as a panel because there's two options. You can do it as a panel and put the sound effects on there, or you can put it actually in your on the screen. But we're mini painters, so we really kind of use the screen. I've got probably way too many things on my screen. I love graphics. Can't we tell me how I buy sound effects? Oh, wait. You should just. So Ball GM, are you looking at the panel? You don't want to go to the channel point redemption. You want to go to the actual panel. Yeah, underneath my stream. They're all cheap. They're cheapy, man. They're cheap. I pull up for a lot of just cheapy things. As I said, I may end up increasing them now that I realize how cheap they are. There is a 5-minute thing for subscribers to use too. You got it? So not only that, there are also freebie ones on there, like the Crab Raven, the Epic, the saxophone music there. Those are both free. There's an oof. Let's see. Oh, you know what it is? The Epic Sax is for subscribers, and somebody gifted Pete a subscription. Actually, yeah, CG Mini Painting gifted Pete a subscription. Don't worry, Pete. I'm not going to make him that expensive. I mean, I might bump the 20s up to 50 cents. And by the way, thanks for the bits and thanks for everything, guys. The bits, follows, subscriptions, all of it goes towards, well, it'll help me make this channel better, and it'll help me support my miniature, my plastic crack addiction. It's probably what it really does. It supports the plastic crack addiction. But if I don't have plastic crack to go by, of course I have like probably 1,500 minis right now. They're unpainted. Then I don't have much for the stream. Also, as I said, I will do giveaways and such. I have my first one planned. At some point, this channel hopefully will grow. Tell your friends. Tell other people about me and who might be interested in painting or just general geek stuff. And when I get to 50 subscribers, one of you subscribers who supports me like that will get a mini. So I'm debating whether or not I want to make it a custom painted mini that you get to pick, or if I want to just paint one like I've done for the last couple of giveaways. I just want to make sure that people who are paying for this get a little more. Although I love everybody who's on here. I'm one of those people, and believe me, I understand, because I'm one of those people who doesn't have a lot of disposable income. So it's okay. I'm definitely not pushing this. All right, so what am I going to do for the centers of those? I could go like a really crazy, let's see. We could go with like a yellow. I already did the other things yellow, so I don't think I want to do them yellow. That's true. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free Twitch subscription that you can use. That's the thing. I don't even have Amazon Prime. I tend to work off of, if I need. I don't order a lot from Amazon, but if I need to, I'll go to my friend DJ who has an Amazon Prime account, which is what we did to order the furniture for the room upstairs. If I win a mini, I don't want. I'd rather give the money to a charity. Well, am I a charity? No. It's the mini is basically a thank you to somebody who supports me. It's like when I did the follower giveaway. I wanted to thank people. I really just wanted to thank people for helping me get to affiliate so friggin' quick. So that's why I did it. You know, that's really was my goal with that. And that's always, I'm just grateful for anybody who's on here, you know, chatting or anything. It doesn't matter. Anybody who's watching, chatting, you make it worth it for me to do the stream. Even if you don't toss money at me, I don't require that. I just want people to enjoy the stream, and that's it. I think I'm going to do... this people might be happy by this. I'm going to try and see what magenta looks like with this. I mean, if you win a mini... Well, I would hope you'd want something I paint, you know. It's
Grab
kind
some
of
water,
the point, too.
refill those clips, and let's get back out
as
there.
I start painting here. I'm going to figure out who you are, Anonymous. The only person I know, because he swears it's not him, is Pete. And I believe him. That it's not him doing it. It's the likely suspect, but I believe him when he says it's not me. I will find out who you are. So yeah, I'm going with magenta. The straight clear magenta. Which probably means I'm going to need 15 coats of this. To paint these centers. And I'm going to debate whether or not I like the color. Gotta figure out what I'm going to do with that little inner thing of stuff. So the Reaper Clears are great paints. They're great for mixing into stuff. But they are very translucent. So this is going to take a few coats. I want to get some sort of pink in there for Pete's behalf. Yeah, wait, you just... Well, then again, Ball GM, if you don't play WoW, I mean, Leroy Jenkins is sort of leached out into popular culture anyways. But Leroy Jenkins, for us WoW players, I mean, Leroy Jenkins is how it is. So WoW, basically, but that whole thing, the whole Leroy Jenkins thing is, obviously, it was staged. I forget what it was that made me realize it was staged. But there's something in there that was like, they planned this. It wasn't just a player that decided to go off and do it. And they were smart. That thing has endured over time for sure. But basically, if anybody who doesn't know what Leroy Jenkins, look it up. Look up Leroy Jenkins. It definitely does describe a lot of crazy players. Yeah, I think he did say it, but I kind of figured it out anyways. I think like, I mean, there's one of the funniest bits in that is like the guy there who's giving like who's basically got all the stats and stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna run numbers, and there's like, oh, there's only like a 33.33 repeating percent chance of us surviving this. I mean, I've been playing WoW for a long time, and I've done that particular fight. And yeah, it's tough. You fight the boss in the room, and there are a bunch of eggs, and you dramatic reenactment. Yeah, I guess you could say that. And basically, you have to fight the boss without touching the eggs, because then they hatch. And it's not like they hatch with one thing. No. When you touch the eggs, it's usually like about 10 of them, and you get 10 additional things to fight. So basically, Leroy goes running in there and just triggers all the eggs hatching. I don't even think he pulled the boss. But it's not an easy fight. It's been a long time since I did it, so I couldn't tell you all the particulars about it. Whether or not, the big thing I can't remember is whether or not there was an effect that would actually push you into the eggs to set them off. Onyxia, I believe, has that. Onyxia, I do believe, has a similar mechanic, but the eggs are much easier to deal with because they're all around the edges rather than all over the freaking place. It's like you have to set up a place to sit, and then you have to sit there. You can't move. And I want to say there's probably mechanics in that to get you to move. Too bad they can't do exactly the same anymore. They changed. Yeah, I think they did. However, I do think I did do... I mean, I didn't play vanilla. I started in Burning Crusade. So I don't think they changed it at that point. I think they changed it later. Or are you talking about Onyxia? Because, yeah, they definitely changed that. They redid. Oh, yeah, when they revamped. Yeah, you're right. They did change it. But I did get to see it's in basically the original way at some point. I think for funsies, we did it as a guild, too. When I had a guild, really. Over the years, because it's been so long, pretty much most people in my guild all quit. I think I see about 1 or 2 people that come on now and then one of them went to Classic, too. Yeah, that's true. Classic WoW is a thing now, as I just mentioned. So yes, you can see it in its original glory. That was one of the smartest things Blizzard ever did, was make Classic WoW. I think I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to paint these like little petals. In all their salmon goodness. I may have to mix something into this magenta. It's just not coming out the way I want it to. Well, your super glue don't work, Pete. What's wrong with your super glue? Or what are you trying to glue? Yeah. I'm assuming you're hobbying, which is a cool thought. Yeah, that's a good base. I'm beginning now to think maybe I should just go red. I'm not sure. I'm really digging this. Oh, I gotta put that down. So you have to sit here and think about what I want to do. I don't think, the magenta's not really doing it for me. Sorry, Pete. I tried to put some pink in this. I think I want to go something... I want to go something different. So I'm going to take a quick look at my flowers here. I gotta take these off to see. These are good for close-up. These are not very good. Oh. Yeah. I know what you're... Yeah. Do you have any way to pin it? Do you have a pin vise and maybe some paper clips or you know, something you can pin it with? You might need to do that. Crimson's on to the texture paint. Hey, what's Bunny doing on her things? I know she glued it to the base. What's she doing now? I could do green. There's gonna be so much green on him though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've had this issue before where it doesn't really stick. It honestly, it takes patience. It will eventually stick. Do you have a lot of surface? Is there a lot of surface area, Pete, that it's connecting? And Bunny is painting vines. Yeah, good point. No, Pete, don't quit. No, don't quit. I said, I can assure you, I've had the same problem. In fact, I have one thing in particular that's because I did have to pin it. I have the dwarven helicopter from Games Workshop that was in metal, and the rotor blades, because of the way they were made, there's very little surface area that contacts each other, so it was constantly breaking, even after I had it glued. So I pinned it, and that keeps it together, even if I do sense when it snaps. Basically, it's just patience of holding that thing together till the glue dries. I find that sometimes the super glue doesn't dry instantaneously. I know like cold water to a degree can actually trigger drying, which seems counterintuitive, but I could do it. Let's see. I could do it a pale yellow. That might... Ooh, I think that would work. This is why it's good to have photo references. I find that usually what happens after a while, it does stick, but sometimes it just takes a while. It takes a long while. It's done. I told it to F off. And it's stuck. Yeah, maybe that works. Alright, I'm changing the color of these middles because I'm not doing it for me. I'm going to go to yellow, but I'm going to go to I'm going to hopefully end up with a much paler yellow. But to start with, so I'm going to use this, one of my favorite yellows that Reaper makes is this non-metal metallic gold highlight. It's good for a lot more than just highlighting your non-metal metallic golds. 1/3 bleach, 2/3 water, and super glue activator. That's what I use in that case, in a spray bottle. Oh, interesting. You know, sometimes swearing at it I think does work. Because I think I've done that too. Oh, believe it or not, one of the things I actually had the worst trouble, other than that helicopter, I mean, Maal Drakkar, which is the big Tiamat mini from Reaper. When I put that together, I had the worst time. I think just because the pieces, even though it's plastic, it's their bones material, even though you have that, it's still, the pieces are still relatively heavy, so they were just kind of falling off. So now I'm going to base coat these for realsies with this yellow, which I think is going to look a lot better. And I think I might blend the two colors and do that inner row of flowers, the petals. I'm calling them petals right there. I'm proving right now exactly why I tend to paint stuff in recesses first. Although they're sort of recessed. Hey, Vilga Dragon, how are you? And happy Saturday. It's good to see you. Oh, one of these days I gotta get back to your stream. I know you were streaming earlier this week and it just was, ugh. I just was busy at work and it's like I can't handle another thing in my head right now. I get those days and it makes me happy because I really like to watch everyone's streams. About the only thing I can handle at that point is probably Reaper's boxing stream because it's just music. It's absolutely flippin'. Well, I can make it during work hours. I just can't chat as much as I'd like to. But I have days where I just said I can't handle any chat or anything. I don't know why that is. I'm a social person, but you know, I guess part of it is I want to focus too on work because it's so busy right now. So, what are you working on? Anything good? Are you doing painting or are you doing crochet? What's it? Crocheting. That's why I like to support everybody, though, if I can, at least by my presence. Ooh. My God, if I got out, I'd have to buy watercolors at this point. I probably have them somewhere. I used to, when I took painting in college, it was watercolor. I've never actually worked with oils, but watercolors seemed like they would be fun. And I thought also watercolors might be cheaper than oils, and I was a poor college student. So I'm gonna take. Yeah, it really was mine too. Well, I mean, either that or acrylics because I've been using acrylics on things other than minis for a long time now. So I'm not even sure what was my first. Probably watercolors was my first if you go back to when I was a little kid, and you could buy the watercolors that came, you know, all in the little they had the little pots of watercolors for kids. That would be exciting. I think I saw you were painting a shark or something like that. Now, was that a mini or was that what you were painting with watercolors? And by the way, don't forget you can post links on here if you want because I finally took all the band hammers and told them to go away. So, links are fine. It's kind of what I want for my space anyways, a place where people can share the stuff that inspires, you know, their stuff to inspire me. I like to inspire people, but I also love the fact in this hobby I'm inspired by so many others. And I'm gonna basically I'm sort of taking a bit of a mix of my two colors and doing these little petally things. Let's see. So I want to check it out, and I can actually put it on screen. Ooh, it is the shark. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Here, let me post this. That's really cool. Display pictures, and throw that back up. That's neat. I love the way the gradation of colors to this purpley pinkish color. Hey, there you go, Pete. Pink. That came out really good. Yes, thanks for the applause. That's great. She deserves some applause. All right. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. I will leave that up just for funsies. Let's see. Carol needs her brain to work. That's the thing. I said, and that looks. I said that shark is really cool. That's. I was wondering, how you could like paint a, shark. That is really cool. You definitely now. I was gonna say, Vilga, did you go to art school or anything? Because you're really good at this, or is it just Did you just? It said you can learn off the internet too. There's no reason why you can't learn from there, except for medical stuff. Don't base medical stuff off the internet. I also appreciate people who just have a natural talent. Because I don't. I had to be taught. Thank you, Pete. Not go to the area last year. I'm actually surprised at that. I'm surprised that I loved art so much. I told my mom when I was like 4 I wanted to be an artist when I grew up. She looked at my lack of natural talent and kind of laughed. She's like, yeah, we'll see. Of course, that was before computers were a thing, so, it's very different now. She was thinking me being like a painter, a traditional painter, making money that way. She had, back then, to be fair, she had no idea about where art was going to go and the whole graphic design thing with computers and such. And it's nuts because essentially now I am doing painting. See you, Dawn. It was great to see you, and really, come and visit me again. I enjoy your company. I enjoy everybody's company. Oh, that's sad. So Vilga said, top taking art class as soon as I could because my teacher was awful. That's the worst. My algebra teacher was the worst. So frankly, my art teacher, my art teachers were always good, especially my high school one. She was wonderful. But you are very talented. I mean, you're obviously talented, and you do have a really good sense of color and design too. I think that was the one thing my mom said I did have going for me really naturally was my sense of color and my sense of composition. Yeah, oh, and I saw what you did there, Kevin. My culinary teacher was the worst. Dinner, boom. Very good, Kevin. Very good. I want to make these leaves a little different. I have to go back and touch up the yellow again. Because I'm nailing it. Because I'm painting. Oof is right. My maternal grandmother was an artist. She's 103. Holy mackerel. She's 103 and still an artist but can't see. Hey, I'm going that route. I didn't need glasses like 5 years ago, and now I need something so I can see the minis. Your dad does watercolor. Once an artist, always an artist. That's great. No, it's fantastic. She's still doing it. Oh my gosh. I'd like to be 103 and still doing this. I really, really would. That's an amazing lady. Also, living to 103 is an absolute achievement. Oh my god! The watercolor Vilga dragon used in a shark was Grandma's. That is so sweet! That's a G. That's really sweet. Unfortunately, only 4 more years for what? I can't, I swear to God, my glasses, because I put them down my nose so I can read chat. Because my glasses are for up close. But my computer's not that far away, but it's just far enough away that I can't see if I put the glasses up. And I really want to see chat, so... But yes, Pete, what's in 4 more years? till I'm half that age. Subtract 50 from that, and that's what age I'm at. Phew. Told you my nose was itchy. You know, I'd like to go to 503 and be mini painting at that point, but that's not going to happen. I'm still not happy with these inner flowers, with these inner petals, because it's just not contrasting enough. It's just to prove that you can repaint over anything, right, folks? Also proves that I make mistakes and I change things up. I'm only a human. That's what we call a callback. It certainly is. Also, to maybe give it a little bit more distinction here between the two, I'm going to add a little bit of a red, my original color line around it. So I'm going to repaint that as a leaf that's just kind of sitting there. Well, it's not a mistake, I guess you could say. The mistake was that I'm not painting it the right color or the color I want, but that's, I guess, not really necessarily a mistake. It just is. It's just that I determined that after the fact I didn't like the color and it wasn't blending. It's blending too much into the, I want those center leaves or petals to kind of stand out a little bit. I'm painting them as petals. Whatever they were supposed to be. Those are not mistakes. They're just new techniques that still need evolving. You know, I like that. New techniques that still need evolving. I would love to invent a technique that gets used. But I don't know what hasn't been invented yet. Most everything I can think of, somebody's already doing it. That's better. That's much better. Whew. So I had to change this up a little bit. Probably should have done it. I don't know. Probably should have done it as leaves. So, I don't know. Is there any techniques that any of you mini painters out there can think of that haven't been? Is there anything out there that you guys don't know how to do? Like some sort of effect you'd like to get that I should go exploring? Like, is there, like, I don't know, I can't think, like, obviously, like, rust, that one I had to go hunting down. But rust has been done a zillion times. But that's just an example of what I mean. Some sort of an effect you'd love to do, but don't know how to pull it off. The other one I did was, you don't know what you don't know. Basically, that's a lot of it, is I don't know until I run into a circumstance that I want to know. That I, like I said, rust was one, marble was another. Totally nailing. See, there's kind of a blurf right there. I hit that mushroom with my brush as I was trying to get in here to repaint these petals. Putty for filling gaps. Do you have a question on that, actually, Pete? Because, I mean, I can tell you what I do for filling gaps. I mean, a lot of times I'll use green stuff if it's a big gap. I do have like a thing of the GW liquid green stuff for smaller gaps, for like just like basically cracks. The interesting thing about that stuff is, like, you can actually reconstitute it. It may go dry. Like, I actually had it dry out of me, but if you smash it up in small bits and add water, it'll actually reconstitute and become liquid again. I think that was one of the more interesting things I found about that, and I liked it. Do I keep adding it till it's a... I will say, first of all, whatever works for you. But usually I'll take a chunk of it that may be more, and I'll just kind of smear it over into there, and I keep kind of jamming it in. And then I use like a hobby knife to just kind of keep, smooth it all out and get rid of the excess. I literally scrape off the excess. But whatever, either way, I think would work. On an easy way to... Well, the easiest way to do skin vinegar is to totally cheat and use the Reaper skin tone triads. That's what I do. Honestly, that's actually a technique I want to learn more about, is I want to do better skin. But really, if you're doing a 28 millimeter mini, seriously, or pay someone. Yeah, but I know Vilga would rather do it on her own. I just like, oh God, you're going to see. The one thing that Reaper has a failing is their labels. The labels, I mean, I have to like write on it because the label's all faded. I mean, like for Caucasian, this is a really good, their triad. It's just really good. So it's great for me. So if you want to do like, bigger faces and stuff where you need more details, that's where I want to go. I actually want to learn. I think I'm going to, if they ever put up the classes, I'm going to ReaperCon, and I have classes in my cart right now. They haven't yet to actually open them up to register for classes. But I am going to do, I think skin tones is one of the ones I wanted to do. But that's a quick way to do it. I mean, and then you may even want to, like, sometimes I'll even take and I'll wash it with either, like, Seraphim Sepia or Agronix or, brown wash. Also want a way to paint teeny tiny things, have them look good, but I really should just practice. Well, keep in mind something, Vilgar, that when you're looking at it, when somebody's looking at your mini, okay, unless I'm not talking about photographs here, because obviously photographs will show every freaking sin you have on these things. But when somebody's looking at mini, I compare minis to like an impressionistic painting. They're best looked at, when you're at a distance and your eye kind of blends everything in. But honestly, really teeny tiny things, you probably want to just hit it with like a base coat and a highlight. And that's it. Just highlight the areas that stick out most, and that'll do it. You could wash it if you wanted. If you were really crazy, and this was probably competition level, yeah, you could probably base coat it with a darker color, a dark color, and layer it up. But if it's really teeny tiny, like a rivet or something, usually I just go and I'll paint it base coat, and then I'll just hit it with a highlight, and that's it. So don't go too, it depends on what your purpose is here. If it's for a gaming table, don't worry too much about it. It will still look good to the human eye. It's just teeny tiny, so you're only going to see so much. Well, nobody said I want to learn how to paint eyes. Eyes are like everybody's biggest. Everybody hates painting eyes. I don't hate painting eyes, but there's a reason why they do go first. Other than the fact they're the most interior thing I've got. But also, eyes, also the fact is, I just want to get them done and over with. They are not my favorite things to paint. There's some people out there, I would like to up my eye game too. I basically do the Betty Davis eyes technique that is posted on the Reaper forums. No, it's not on the Reaper forums. It's on their they have like a little they get on their website. They do have a place where they have several blog posts, and that's one of them. And in the scheme of things, I've tried other techniques. That is the one that works for me, which is basically you start out with the eyes, you paint the whites, and then you either draw a line across or up and down, or you can put a dot. I put a dot, but they tell you in the thing to put a line. So you don't have to be precise with anything here because you're going to paint over it anyways. Then after that, for bonus points, you paint like you pick a dark tone of your skin color. Hi, Rod! So like if it's Caucasian, I do like a dark brown. If it's a black person, I do black. Thanks for the cheer! By the way, Rod, there are like fun... If you look underneath here, there's like a panel of sound effects and stuff too. And they're actually cheaper bits than 100, which is why I keep thinking maybe I need to make them 100 or some of them 100. Because I realize it might be just more convenient to do it that way. But anyways, I digress. So basically, for bonus points after that, you put a line around it that's darker than your skin tone. Like eyeliner. And then after that, you paint your flesh and you just leave a little bit of that line showing. And that's a very basic way to paint eyes. But I would like to up my game a bit. I'm at the point where I'm a professional commission mini painter. And I feel like I should always try to improve myself for the sake of my clients. And thank you so much for the cheers. And I said, I'll tell you right now, if you want to, I will have a subscriber giveaway once I get to 50. But there's a long time before I get to 50. I'm at 8 right now. Yeah, that's right. Crimson has his favorite way is to don't buy everything with helmets on it or without eyes. Or, I don't know if he actually thought of this one, you can actually paint closed eyes. And then you don't have to paint the centers. You just have to put a line at the bottom. That's treasure, man. You found... Pete the Hydra found 4 boxes of Necron Warriors. Oh my gosh. My best friend is playing... He wants to play Necron, so... But if there are any orc players out here, good luck to you getting the squig boxes. I heard there's only going to be 4 per store. Friggin' GW. I understand they have supply issues, but if they could put out enough Dominion boxes, they could do more than... Yeah, that's the problem. There was only 4 per store, and there wasn't that many. Now, don't all hate me. Don't all hate me because I'm going to say this. I do, as long as the store gets them, I will get one of those boxes. I actually ran down to the store the week they announced that they were going to release them. I actually went to the store and asked them, like, can I put my name on a list for those? And they're like, absolutely. So I'm like the first person that requested it. So I basically shot a message to the guy who owns the store, and I'm like, so you're only getting 4. Can I still possibly get one? And he's like, you're like the first on the list. You're golden. So I'm happy about that, because Oryx is, if I'm going to play anything, that's the one I'm going to play. And I think he understands that too. He knows that I really like the Oryx. And Oryx got tougher. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, I feel like it's sort of cheating because I pre-ordered before the pre-order period, but I mean, if they'll take it, always check with your friendly local game stores, and support them. The thing that angers me the most about this in like Curse City was that, to me, stores like the Toy Soldier or the Queen's Gambit or any of the others, they're only getting 4 copies. And that's just, to me, it's not right, you know. And when they did the Cursed City, it was even a bigger shit show, pardon my French, than that, because some stores got a bunch of copies and some got none. Eventually, my store, the Toy Soldier, did get like 8 copies, but he had a lot more people that pre-ordered it than 8. And sadly, I ended up going elsewhere. We found another store that actually had additional copies, and got them from there. So Kevin says, I did the same thing with the Marine Heavy Intercessors. They announced them long before the pre-orders, like 8 months, and as soon as they were announced, I put my name down for 2 boxes. If your store will do that for you, I think that's a great way to go. You know, I don't think every store will do that either. But hey, who knows? That's why they're friendly local game stores. All right, so what am I going to do with these things? I started working on centers. I'm going to do one more thing. I want to highlight this a little more. I want to make these really kind of pop. Keep in mind that most of the time when the paint dries, it dries darker. So keep that in mind, that you might have to lighten it up even more. And that even if it looks like that it's going to really stand out, when it dries, it'll blend in. Kevin, or Crimson, just so everybody knows who Kevin is. Kevin, I bought over $600 in Reaper Bones Kickstarters. And I went back and ordered another one that I forgot to. Because I need more minis to paint. Okay, I already have 1,500 unpainted mini. Well, that totals come down because I paint a mini a day on top of everything else I do. I do that in the evenings. I'm tempted to actually, I do have a wall of shame. I am very tempted to actually stream maybe some of my late night game, when I do my mini paint of the day. Just to have somebody to hang out with, to paint with. And you don't, to be chill. All right, I gotta do something with those centers. Oh, I want to go paler. That's what my intention was to do, was to actually go paler than that yellow. Although now I think I need a slightly deeper color. This may be the time. Oops. And there's also a part I need to actually redo, because I nailed it with, this is a must. I have to touch that up before I actually do anything else on it. You can't leave that. Wall of shame, wall of shame. The boat you really need the space for the boat. The boat is huge. Oh, the other thing is, Reaper just added 10 cannons for $10 if you want even more cannons for your ship. Although someone said that there's like a bunch of cannons in there already. I went and, of course, naturally, I just placed my order for, by the way, the mini that I'm getting is the disapproving hand. If you don't want to know what that is, go look it up. I'm not going to do it here. Although basically it's an extended middle finger. It's like one of their magic hands, that they've done, and they're good size actually. But it's one with an extended middle finger, so I'm like, I must have that. But I forgot to put it in the original order, which makes me sad. And then I also ordered the new paint line. I realized I probably should have ordered that originally, but whatever. Oh, Paul G, I'm only a wall of shame. I have a whole room dedicated to that. Well, what do you think my new painting studio is going to be? Well, Pete, the boat's like, I don't know what it is now. It's $120. So it's not cheap. Basically, but to tell you how, just anybody who wants to know, they did reopen their pledge manager. So you go to Kickstarter and you find Reaper Bones 5. And it'll say your late backers can join here, and you can click on that, and it'll tell you make an account. Well, unless you have an account. And if you already closed out your order and have stuff, you have to make a new account, which means you need a new email. It's true. It is for the size of it, $100 or 120. I think it's 120 now because the Kickstarter they're doing for any new late orders. They're probably still cheaper than what they're going to retail for, but they're more expensive than what they originally. But the price increase wasn't bad. Yeah. Oh, at least $400 plus. I mean, probably more than that. I don't know. GW probably wouldn't. And actually, Reaper found out why it's probably not a great idea to make things that big. Because honestly, you have to have a minimum amount of orders for them to do it. And I mean, I don't think they had problems getting people ordering this, but there were a lot of headaches when it came to getting this thing produced. I don't even think they're going to sell it in stores. That's the one other problem, Pete. In fact, I don't think they're going to sell it retail. It was just too much of a problem to do it, which is kind of sad. It's a really cool miniature. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they'll change their minds or whatever, but yeah. You know what? I'm going to do something a little interesting on these. I haven't washed anything because I don't necessarily, a lot of times the washes will tend to tint your whole thing and give it a rather unsightly look. But I want to do something a little different that I find I really do like. I've got these yellow centers. I think I want to put a wash on them because there is some texture in there. I think it should be able to hold a wash pretty well. And I'm going to wash them out of all colors. I'm going to wash them purple. You're like, purple? Why would you do that? Because it looks really cool. Purple and yellow are opposite colors in the color wheel. When you mix them together, it kind of makes a brown. And I thought it looked, I did this on one of my beholders. And it really was neat the way it looked. So I'm going to actually add a little bit of a wash. I'm going to probably go over all the upper surface again. I mean, this is a little small to do the Michael Mortar trick of taking a Q-tip, or I forget what they call them over there, and, wiping off the excess wash so it's just in the cracks. So I'm probably just going to go back over it. Purple wash is really good for shading, as a shading color, to be honest. Maybe I'll shade these flowers too. But see how it comes out kind of brownish? And I do really like the color. And where everything's like purple in this thing, another tip about color is to have, have your shading color, your dark color be the same through the whole thing. I'm just checking something here. Yeah, I guess it's in focus. The problem is my eyes are blurry. Let's see. Citadel itself would never make it. It'd be Forge World only. Yeah, that's probably true too. If Citadel would never make a huge mini, it'd be a Forge World special. That makes so much sense. So now I gotta let that dry. But that gives it a nice little, that shades in that shades the deep areas in the recesses. Problem with washes is they do tend to take a bit to dry, so I could always figure something else to do. What time is it? Oh my God, it's already 2:15. I only got 15 minutes left. This has been a really fun stream, guys, by the way. Keep in mind, I have a couple more streams. I do stream on Monday nights, and I hopefully get the time right this time. It's at 7 o'clock. Like a doofus, I wrote 8 o'clock on my social media post last Monday. And then Kevin pointed that out. I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I have too many different streams at too many different times and just too much going on. I actually have now resorted to using a calendar feature to to keep track of when I'm doing things because it's been so busy. I really would like to get the flowers done though. So I'm going to go back over these and I'm going to just hit the tops. It's 161 for the boat on Pledge Manager. Maybe I sure it's not the pirate ship. I mean the ghost ship, because the ghost ship was definitely more for the boat. I mean, I didn't look at it because I already have one. I didn't actually go back and look at the price. So I mean, you could be more right than I am. There are two boats. There is also the glow in the dark one, which is the ghost ship. That one is definitely more money. I did not get that. But I, A, don't have the room for it. And B, I can't really, I mean, you can paint it. I think there are creative ways you can paint it, but I have enough other stuff to paint that I didn't want to have to sit there and figure that one out. The ghost ship might be really cool if somebody painted it where it was half ghostly and half in reality. Or you take and you just kind of shade in the recesses. All right. Wow. Okay. So the glow one is, that seems like a lot for. Now you're gonna have me look. Is that really what they're going for? Kickstarter. I didn't think they were that much. You could absolutely be right. Now you have me curious. Oh, I gotta go to it, don't I? Actually, I don't want to go to that. Forget it. I'll just take your word for it. All right, you gotta go. Okay, it's good to see you. I'm really glad you joined us. I can't wait for our goblin. Oh my God, here we go, guys. I can't wait till we have our goblin threesome. That'll be amazing. So, whenever Mortar decides to start streaming. Yeah, see, that's what I thought it was. So I was wrong with 120, but that's what I thought was 125 and 145. Seems more like it. I did go in there and I did look. I wasn't going to order another ship. No. But, I mean, I said I had to go order a disapproving hand and the paint. And the cannons. Because I'm an idiot. But still, you know, it's not, I mean, it's a huge mini, so you're getting what you pay for. Now I'm being picky here. Thank you, Mini Mommy. You know what? Oh, that could be. Yeah, it could. That. Oh, you know what? Also, you're overseas, so that is entirely possible too. Maybe that's why it's more. By the way, oh, how do I do this? Create a dashboard. Oh, something I want to do here. She's on, so community roles. I'm trying to remember how to do this. This is you. Oh, wow, I can do 20 of these now. Maybe I'll add some more. I'm going to make Mini Mommy a MVP, by the way, because she is. Let's see, who else don't I gotta, let's see, who else I'm going to add as an MVP. I was like, I gotta get a few, I want to get a few of you guys on here. Add. Pete the Hydrator. I can have 20 MVPs, so I'm actually kind of happy about this. I don't know, somehow I unlocked more and I'm not even sure how. I know I had 10. Let's see. Hi, Asperburn, why do you always come in like at the end of my stream? That's the second time in a row. Well, you didn't have a choice last time. You raided. But yeah, my stream is almost over. Hey, Asperburn, though. It's always good to see you. Let's see. Where is... I guess I got enough. Yeah, it is by the number of people chatting, but I don't think... I knew I had 10 unlocked. I don't recall having enough people chatting to get 20. But I'm not complaining. I hope this is you. No, that's not you. Cancel. I gotta like type in the whole flippin' username. So I'm guessing you don't have a picture by your name, Kevin. So hopefully this is you. And let's see. I'm gonna add. I could do 20 of these now. I'm not gonna do 20. I'm gonna save one too because I'm pretty sure I actually... Asperbird's Kickstarter showed up! Yay! See, it did work, Kevin. See, you're a VIP. I have, like, a bunch of VIPs to hand out, so I'm going to hand them out to the people who are on here a lot. Like, all the time. And who chat all the time. You guys deserve it. I mean, I said... If I could VIP everybody, you all deserve it. But, let's see. I also want to get Bunny. Oh, hey, Kevin, what's Bunny's full name? Wait, did I miss any of your hydrates? I'm almost done, by the way, so I have drank enough. That's true. If I VIP everybody, but everybody's a VIP to me, because I love you all. Thank you. Oh, it is Bunny 11's 23. Okay. Problem is, there's like multiple. Alright. I think that hits the people here like all the time. And plus, I only can do 20, so. Thanks for the mail. Alright, I wanted MVPs of people because you guys have been on a lot. I don't know why you're on here all the time, but I will take it. You guys are awesome. All of you are awesome. Even Asperburn's awesome. The shipbox comes... Yes! Yeah! Oh, damn it! I've got to post pictures on my social media. That reminds me, Asperburn. I have to post pictures on my social media because I have pictures of the shipbox. It's like half of me. I think it's 3 feet. I suspect. Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, Asperburn, did you have room to put all your stuff? Because I know you ordered a lot. You ordered a lot more than I did, and I ordered a lot. But his is for possible business things. And by the way, I should do this, huh? I have to do my shout outs since I got 4 minutes left here. So I'm going to shout out some people who you should all follow and go watch them. We'll start, let's see, Vilger. Oh, at. Why can't. Oh, it's Vligger, not Vilger. I keep thinking of Vilger Dragon. It's Vligger Dragon. And Acid Burn. He also streams. So I have industrial. Oh, I have industrial baker's racks in my basement. But are you sure you have enough room for them all? I already got. Mine are going to be going up to. Mine are currently in the basement here with me, all packed up in their boxes. But they're going to go upstairs and probably be in the closet of that room I'm taking over. Let's see. Also, we have. He had to leave, but everyone should follow him. He's trying to get to affiliate. The Bald GM. I mean, our folks follows are free, and they make us feel good. They make us feel like we're loved. Sassaburn, we'll audit them and sort them and probably clean up and prime some. You prime bones? I kid, by the way. If you want to prime bones, prime bones. I'm in the no prime bones faction. So, yeah, I mean, and if you can do it so they don't end up tacky, then honestly, go for it. There's literally no reason why you can't. Just that I'm in Team Forrester because she never primes her bones, she just washes them. That it's just a step that I don't have time to do. Is it? Is it really? It's a distance you spray thing. Now, I have read a lot on, the whole priming bones controversy, if you want to call it a controversy. Yeah, I know it's the propellant that caused the problem. It etches the mini and causes a chemical reaction that causes the tackiness. So that's why people say use airbrushes and paint on, and apparently Army Painter. Maybe that's it. Maybe the Army Painter works because they're going far enough back. Oh, but no one has ever actually said to just do that, to prime it at a further distance. And I may just for funds. Yeah, also, people have said Army Painter does work anyways. So whether or not it's because of the proximity or it's because it's just Army Painter. But if you've got other rattle cans to make it work, then you have something here and probably should go on to forums and stuff and tell everybody this is what you really should do. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. I might have to, for scientific purposes, check it out. All right, guys, it is 2:30 my time, which sadly means I am done for the day. This is where I've left off. I think he's coming out really good. If Tharivol is still here, I want to thank you for joining us because it's been nice to actually have you here while I've been working on him. He is for your challenge. And it's not too late. If anybody wants to get in, you do have to get the mini from Reaper. And they are shipping out stuff that's not Kickstarter stuff. Yeah, I know it's 7:30 over there, but it's only 2:30 my time, and I do have to run. But you can pick up one of these, paint it up, and join the group. Put it on Twitter, hashtag it with Tharivol and Friends too. I have details on my panel. I did put up a thing saying how to play this game. And stay tuned because I'm thinking in the winter, probably vote on it in January and do it in February, of running this a similar challenge because Tharivol only does this for the summer. So I think we need a winter version. So thank you, and thank you for showing up, Rod. I always appreciate it. I did miss your snark, though. I hope you show up when we are the Goblin triple header, or rather the moist Goblin threesome, because we're terrible people. All right, so who do I want to go? Who do I want to raid? I mean, I probably should go to. There's really not many people actually online right now, and I don't have my usual thing. I love you, Rod, too. Purple hearts. We could go to Brush for Hire, I guess. I guess Saturdays really is it. The Rib Cleaners! Oh my god, that was the best part! I almost died. You guys have no idea how much I was trying not to die laughing at my job, so I think I'll go do Brush for Hire. Have a great day, everyone. Come back on, I said I'm back on Mondays at 7 o'clock. So come then. I hope I see ya. And let's raid. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Brush for Hire. Because why not? And charge! That's a really cool idea. Wow. Isn't it?
Moist.